Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Influ Game. Right here, right now, man. It's something special. Energy already high. We've been here. We had a little difficult. That doesn't matter. We here, man. We in the building. You already know it's your boy Velt, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, for sharing, commenting, liking, man. So, man, you already know we in the building with my guy.
Toy Lesson, aka Sensei Bay.
Oh yeah, y'all get it.
Got the new
y'all get it. Then we are here meeting special guests, man, straight from Shannon, Mississippi, hometown. Man, I be chopping up with my brother all the time. He got so much going on, man. None other than my boy O'Nae, Mr. Chatman. Man,
I'm here.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you already know this. So man, we're gonna first off, before we even get started, man, how everybody feeling?
Great. Blessed.
Yeah, everybody glad to be on top of the ground, not under.
Absolutely.
You like
Absolutely.
Hey man, so this is for the people that's not from Northeast Mississippi or South region or whatnot, man. Tell the nation who is O'Nae Chatman.
Man, O'Nae Chatman is a kid, one of 14-year-old parents, Pine Grove, Mississippi, but raised by grandma who taught me the value of education, hard work, dedication. Just raising me a young man. Even to this day, all those lessons, she taught me a lesson I use every day.
Yeah.
Speaking across the nation in schools, helping young men, understand the value of education, what grind looks like, getting out the mud, as they say.
Yeah.
And just making it happen.
Yeah. Hey man. So let's dip into Did you mention you was an author? Because I was listening, but at the same time I know we supposed to be savoring that. So let's talk about like your latest engagements. What's the latest engagement that you have done?
So the latest, I was just at Aberdeen High School.
Okay.
About 30 miles from my house. We did a parental engagement night.
Okay.
Students and parents there.
Yeah.
I talked about bring your brick. That was my subject, bring your brick. I believe that in any space you're trying to build, you're building, and every person has to bring their brick.
Yeah.
A brick can either break out a window or build a house. Right? It's all about what you want to do with that brick. So, and what I'm letting them know is that in order to build great classroom spaces and great communities overall, every person has to bring their brick.
Yeah.
And the reason we have so many holes in the wall is people don't bring their brick. You're leaving your brick at home. You must bring your brick because your brick adds to the structure.
Yeah.
And we build up on that every year.
So basically, everybody got a brick.
Everybody got a brick.
I don't think everybody know that.
Power.
I don't think everybody know.
Everybody got a brick, brother. You gotta bring it though, man.
Yeah. So how did you feel like that the message got through?
Oh man, yeah, it was very well received. Superintendent was in the building. She invited me back to do more work in her district.
Yeah.
Just from hearing that speech, and so it was very well received.
Yeah. Man. Now, since you can jump in at any time. With the question, but I'm gonna say where how long you been on this journey?
Ooh. Man, I've been speaking about 18 years.
Okay.
Professionally in schools, about a decade.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. But just overall, about 18 years.
18 years. I've learned random but not random. So when you say decade, I saw something on the gram the other day where someone was helping someone pretty much with their delivery when they're talking to people, and he was saying that versus telling somebody that you've done it if you've done it over a decade, but some people are like, man, I've been doing it 12 years or 11. He was like, no, just say you've done it over a decade. It sounds more prestigious.
Oh yeah. It
different. But yeah, I wanted to drop that little gem for those that might be watching. Words of power.
That does sound more,
Yeah, it gives it
prestigious. I get it.
So I know we hit on it earlier, brother. What was the true inspiration that brought you to this
Well, I mean, I started out in youth ministry, so my background is theological.
Okay.
But what I did was, after going to school, and much of my theology changed. I have different ideas now. I learned that I'm probably a little bit too radical, for the church space. Right? I'm too much of a rebel. And so I said, okay, how can I take my gifts? Because I'm not just going to sit on my gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I make a shift? How can I make a pivot?
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk about the pivot. In life, you're always making pivots.
Yeah.
You're always changing, redirecting, doing things different. And so I kind of made the shift to school. And just so happened they paid. Right? So that helps, right? And so, man, I've seen success with it. It's been a heavy grind. Man, heavy grind. I tell people, man, you want to get in this space, man, be prepared to grind for 10 years before you are well known, before you reach that level of what you're trying to get to.
It's not for the faint of heart.
No.
And the impatient.
No.
I'm about to say, even though you say it's 10, it's been a decade, but I guarantee you, this is one of your passions. I bet you don't feel like no decade.
No, man.
It felt like yesterday, don't it?
It do. Okay. It do, because I can remember, man, I got the craziest story, man. Like, people don't understand my story. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally speaking in colleges, but working at Omega Motion in South Tillman.
Oh, yeah. I know that's it.
Right?
I know that's it.
And so it was crazy to me, because I'm like, man, how am I just lectured on a college campus. I remember getting on a Greyhound bus, riding, I drove down to Jackson, jumped on a Greyhound bus to go to Marshall, Texas. You may have seen the movie The Great Debaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where they went.
Okay.
Wiley College. So I'm there lecturing college students, about black history and, all these different things, just to hop back on the bus and be back at Omega Motion at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, man.
Right? And I'm like, God, something ain't lined up here. I can't keep coming from that type of space,
and then
coming back to this place, right? Like, something is not right here, man.
Yeah.
And so that was not even the last job I worked. I worked one more job after that. I was loading 18-wheelers up in Baldwin, Mississippi, in the middle of the summer. So if it's 100 degrees outside, it's 115 on the 18-wheeler.
It's 150.
I know.
and we loaded the truck, man, from the bed all the way to where they shut it down there. With pillows.
I can.
Yeah, man. And I'm thinking, man, this can't be life. Like, this can't be life. Like, and so I just decided, look, I'm gonna sink, I'm gonna swim, but I'm jumping out.
That decision.
And I've been full time ever since 2016.
It's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Okay. Hey, man, that's
yeah.
More than.
So for anybody who's you got that dream, but it's like you don't know. Like, I ain't telling nobody to quit their job, because it be some rough times sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But what I am saying is, pursue your dream. You have to keep working the job while doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. You gotta fund your dream sometimes.
Fund your dream, man. Keep doing it, man. Bro, I tell you, I detail cars.
Yeah.
Like, whatever I gotta do, man, to get myself to that next speech.
Yeah.
To that next city. To that next conference.
Yeah.
Whatever I gotta do, man. Like we was talking about earlier, bro. I'm really getting out the mud.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
lot of people have taken shortcuts. They take the elevator, man. I've been taking the stairs, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at nobody.
No, right.
But what I'm saying is my way. I'm just saying my path has been the stairs.
Yeah.
And so it's really a heavy grind.
Yeah. I appreciate the stairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, to be honest, like I was telling you earlier, like I've been in love with the process so long. Like, now it's time to win it.
Right.
And
Right.
that's something to get used to.
Right.
Right. And then, like, not only when you start winning, that comes with maneuvering different.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
And whatnot, man. So, man, we go so many directions, man. Let's talk on, like, it don't have to be the latest, but, like, touch on what you think. Oh, you know what? Since it's for the people, what's been your bestseller book that the people like repeatedly?
My best-selling book has been Saving Our Sons.
Ooh.
I dropped that one in 2014, and I've sold several thousand copies of that book. People they love that book. I tell you what, it deals with. It was right after the acquittal of George Zimmerman in the killing of Trayvon Martin. And that's when I began to pen that book because I was just so angry. I was upset, and for me to get that out writing that's my therapy.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I do, man. I'm a big fan of Baldwin, man. Like James Baldwin, one of my favorite writers. And so I learned what you can do with the pen.
Okay.
That's powerful.
The pen is powerful.
Yeah.
And the way if you can actually use it as a therapy session. And so Saving Our Sons is my therapy session. It's a letter to, especially to parents, mentors, teachers, that hey, we have to start speaking life into these boys.
Oh, yeah.
I quote Dr. Cornel West, who says we're dealing with nihilism, hopelessness, right?
Yeah.
We're dealing with, boys who have actually given up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they look around, they see that the system is not for them, nothing is for them. So they say, just, forget it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to wild out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If everything going to be against me anyway,
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of wild out. And so, so that book was written for that.
I'm going to have to get that.
Where can we find that?
Saving Our Sons can be brought. You can go on Amazon. All my books on Amazon.
Okay.
Also, payhip.com/Chatman Publishing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say, make sure you take some time and put it down.
Yeah. Gotta get that.
As you say,
that was a crazy. 2014-15 was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a big shift. Those couple of years.
Yep.
It was real tough on a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
And to, like you said, to put that power into the pen.
Yeah.
Because there's so many directions that your anger and your rage can go.
Yeah.
And it's so important to be able to find the solution. And like you said earlier, decision making skills.
Right.
You made a decision to put the power in the pen.
Yeah.
And that way you can save lives that way.
Yep.
And I think that's powerful. That's powerful.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yeah, man. So we touched on. So I was going to say about the hustling part to make it to the next speech, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. You ever thought about like putting a course together, like on deals that you can do?
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. It's like some upcoming speakers that's probably struggling or went through that same thing.
Yeah.
So you can bundle that.
I have thought about it. I have helped people one-on-one. They hit me up and say, how do you get engagements and all that? So I have helped people one-on-one. I have done a book writing course a couple times for those that want to write. So I help people in that area. It just hasn't been mass, produced, but I have helped do some one-on-one coaching.
Okay. I was about to say, so y'all heard it. He does one-on-one.
Yeah, man. You can reach out to me, man. Learn how to write your book. How to speak.
Yeah.
I'm an expert in both of those.
Okay.
Both of those lanes. I have 26 books. So I don't know anybody who has published more than me. I've gone through the process 26 times.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So I can teach you from A to Z how to go through that process. Yeah. Right. Also with the speaking, been doing that for years. So I'm an expert at both of those.
So with speaking, what all qualities do you think you have to have in order to be a speaker?
Oh man, you have to be able to. You have to know how to close the gap.
Okay.
So what I tell speakers is that from the moment they introduce you, there's already a gap between you and the audience.
Okay.
Right? Because they just read your bio.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
So O'Nae Chatman coming to the stage, 26 books, master's degree from Morehouse, doctoral student.
Okay.
This, right? The crowd is saying, I ain't gonna be able to relate to this guy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right? So there's already a gap. Think about it. When you sit in the audience, they introducing the guy, you're like, come on, man, he's a PhD, he is this, that, right? I don't relate to this guy.
Yeah.
As soon as I get that mic, I was born to 14-year-old parents.
Okay.
Rural Mississippi, dirt poor, no Jordans, no new jeans, no new shirt.
Okay.
Nothing. Raised by grandma.
Yeah. Oh,
now
it's narrow. That's a lot of us.
we narrowing that thing in, right?
Yeah,
so now they're like, okay, I see them leaning in now.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Now I got you leaning in. I'm talking about that brick.
Okay.
Bread. Now we're talking about that brick.
Yeah.
Bring your brick.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so now we can really begin to have a conversation.
Right.
You know, because now I've closed that gap.
And that's so clever, man. The bring your brick.
Yeah.
That's so clever. Because, you know, as you was talking about, I'm just in my head, I'm like, okay, wow. You know, people gonna say, oh, I forgot my brick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got another one?
Yeah.
Right.
You got a spare brick? No, this is yours. You forgot it.
Right.
Man.
That's important. Do your part. Do your part. Play your role.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy, man. So, man, I want to shout out your assistant, man. As I was asking you to give me the information, he had already texted to me. My boy, oh boy. Hey, everybody ain't got one. Everybody ain't able.
Hey, this is what I tell people about my bro. Whenever I do presentations, I did one for the import. I said every person has to know how to have what I call a Scottie Pippen anointing.
Okay.
You have to be able to operate from the number 2 position and understand it.
Yeah.
Right? And so what I tell people is that when I'm out speaking, he's my number 2.
Yeah.
But when he run his business, I'm his number 2. So when he's running the food truck, doing the tacos, guess who his number 2 is? I flip.
Okay.
Right? Because now this is his business.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't become great, man, until you learn how to serve. Service is your admission ticket to greatness. If a person that does not know how to serve can never be great. You can't do it.
You can't do it. You got to remove it.
You can be good.
You have to be able to flip at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on,
so,
man.
Hey, man, you got to have that Scottie Pippen anointing, man.
Okay. That's it. Right?
Be able to operate from the number 2 position. But not feel like it's beneath you.
Yeah.
When we go places, bro, I'm the keynote speaker, but guess what we do? We stay afterwards to pick up the chairs.
Yeah.
Bro, you think the person that hired you ain't noticing that?
Oh,
hold on. He was a speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We picking up the chairs.
Yeah.
We taking boxes to the car. We serve it, bro. You can't get on the stage, man, telling people you need to be a servant and all that. They never see you serve.
Listen,
just turn around and walk out.
I'm gonna break down the opportunity right there from what you just saying, right? So, for someone that just got done speaking, or if you was on the panel, regardless, or not, so you stay after and you help clean up right now, right? But you might have been in the room with other people that you didn't get a chance to talk to, right?
Right.
And they might have been on the program as well or something like that, right? So if just imagine if you help clean up, then that's the fastest that everybody can go. That means, hey, you know what? I thought this was gonna take an hour. It only took 20 minutes. I got 30 minutes. What y'all doing? Oh, we doing nothing. And let's go out and do lunch. Let's go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So
now you just had another opportunity.
Okay.
To
come on,
bro.
Come on.
One of my what really helped propel me, bro. I reached out to my guy Tommy. Shout out Tommy Mabry.
Shout out Tommy.
Man, I'm always shout my bro out, man, because he's the only speaker that has ever put me on stage with him and gave me an opportunity. I reached out to him one day. I reached out to him one day. He contacted me about 6 that next morning. He says, man, what you got going on? I said, I'm in Atlanta. He said, I'm in Atlanta. I said, what you doing here? He said, man, I got to do a professional development for teachers in Macon, Georgia. I said, oh, okay. I said, how you getting there? He was like, man, I'm about to rent a car. I said, no, bro, don't rent no car. I'm going to come pick you up. I'm going to take you, right? Because in my mind, man, this is one of the top speakers in the game, right? I get an hour-long drive to talk to him.
Come on, man.
Right?
Come on, man.
To get information, right? To just see, bro, how did you do this? Because he get it out the mud.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, I can learn from him.
Most definitely.
Right? Man, we get 5 minutes from the venue. He said, be ready, I'm putting you on stage.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
5 minutes from the venue. He said, give me your best speech. I gave him my speech right there in the car.
Yeah.
He said, roll with it. Be ready, you getting on stage.
Yeah.
Put me on stage, man, with him. Right
Hey, man.
Bro.
Listen.
You gotta be preparation.
Man, nobody had ever done this, man. I reached out to so many people, man. Like, bro, I'm not asking you to give me nothing. Like, people ought to be able to look at a person and say, okay, he really got grind.
Yeah.
He ain't just got his hand out. Like, they should be able to look and see, like, he really grinding.
Yeah.
Like, when you see somebody that really wants to, give him a chance.
Okay.
Like, this ain't just a person that's just looking for a handout. Like, you can actually see them grind. You can actually see me putting out all these books and all this. Like, just give me a chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, man, he gave me a chance, man, to put me on that stage, man. I always be thankful, man, for that opportunity.
Man, real quick, has it been a moment for you to where like you had to be already ready and the opportunity presented itself?
Yes, absolutely. So I feel like, you know, whenever you're prepared, so you're always working on something constantly. You know, everybody talk about working on something, but then when you hit them with, hey, I'm about to give you a chance now, they're like, well, you know, I got it with me, but I left my brick at home.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So, you know,
So you gonna help me with that concept.
Listen, I'm gonna help you because I love that. I love that. But yeah, man, at work, you know, I work in corporate, so you know, at any moment there's opportunity to come up.
Yeah.
Well, there was, you know, keep a long story short, there was a store that came up. Everybody was like, "Nah, you don't want to go to this store." You know what I'm saying? This store crazy. It's a career ender. You don't want to go there. Well, me, I'm like, okay, that's y'all, but let me see what I can do.
Okay.
Opportunity presented itself. I took it. I got the position. I went there and I made a change. I took a store that's usually finishing last. I took them to finish in the top 5 in the Gulf States.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then that catapulted my career to where I'm at now. So I feel like, you know, it's all about preparation, but it's also, like you said, taking that leap of faith.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be prepared to believe in yourself.
Right.
You know, like I said last time, you know, many are called, few were chosen. Those who were chosen chose themselves.
Okay.
So, you know, at some point you gotta step out.
Oh,
you gotta step
God.
out.
I'm telling you.
You gotta step out.
I'm telling you.
They're not ready.
I like that.
Oh, no.
I like that.
Oh,
I like that.
man. I'm trying to tell you, Doc.
Yeah.
But not only that, though, but people got to also realize, like you said, with the preparation, and like that comes with the leadership and like experience. And, you know, so
and resilience.
Yeah. So
Resilience.
so it wasn't like you was there at the store. I'm sure that you was there for a while.
Yeah.
In order for them to even offer to you.
Yeah.
Or then again, you might be prepping.
I was at
You got
ASM
there.
for a year.
Yeah.
I was at ASM for a year. And I tell people all the time, you know, in this space, you know, they're like, oh man, I'm sick of this. Well, I was sick of working, you know, 10:30 to 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
I got tired of doing that.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a change.
Yeah.
I made a decision. So I went to ASM.
Yeah.
And you know, it's you know, that's just parts of life. Like I learned so much along my journey that translates outside of working for a big corporation. You know what I'm saying? It's taught me how to speak with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How to carry on conversations.
Yeah.
How to adjust.
Yeah.
And you know, being resilient. You know,
Yeah.
you might be up here, but that don't last long. You come crumbling down, and then you got to figure out a way. And you know, through all of this path, you know, I've been thinking on things, and I'm sitting here just absorbing everything you're saying because I'm like, okay, you know, last year I had this, you know, this feeling come over me. I'm like, you know, I need to make a change in my life.
Yeah.
I need to make a change. I'm being pulled and being called to do something. I don't know what it was, and now I'm starting to step into it. I'm like, okay, maybe I can share the things that I went through. Maybe I can give some understanding and some knowledge and a different perspective on things.
Okay.
You know, and I feel like, you know, one of the 3 things that I've been focused on, I focus on my kids, is decision-making skills, communication skills, and survival skills.
Yeah.
Those are huge.
Man.
Indeed.
Those are huge.
Indeed.
Okay. So
Indeed.
I like the way you did that. So we're gonna We're going.
Hey, we in there. We
Oh yeah, most definitely. So we might as well go ahead.
It's not one episode of the year. We're gonna tell you. Hey, look, we just in February, right?
Oh yeah. Oh man, first day of Black History Month.
Oh,
come on.
Hey,
right
listen, that wasn't playing either. That wasn't playing either.
it was manifested.
Okay, come on, man. Ooh.
You know how to talk that talk.
Oh yeah, that's 3-4. Come on, man. Listen, so my boy was just talking about the life skills of teaching the sons and whatnot. And like, for those that don't know, you have a whole school out here, school/academy.
Yeah.
So tell people what's the name of the school and like something about it.
So I started the Young Kings Gentleman School, and it is a life skills academy for boys aged 8 to 19. We bring boys together, we teach them, how to iron clothes, how to wash clothes, bring in the shelf, teach them how to cook. Yeah. So if mom ain't at home, you don't burn the kitchen down. Okay. Right? You can make little stuff, hamburgers, stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the small stuff. Yeah. That keep people safe. And we bring them together, man. We bring in a speaker. Let a speaker come in, man, and just pour into them. Yeah. Give them that social and emotional learning that they need, the decision making, the developing good habits. Okay. All those type of things. And so it was just a vision I had, man. It actually came from a real dream. So when people say I had a dream, like this school came from me having a literal dream. Yeah. Like I'm in a dream. I'm driving a car, and somebody calls and says, God has a message for you.
Within the dream.
Yeah, in the dream. And the message was that these boys need a hero. Okay. I heard it just like that. Yeah. Right? And I'm like, wow, hero. Like, nah, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I can do some things. Yeah. But sometimes, bro, no matter how dope you are, bro, you can still operate from seeing yourself too small. Oh, yeah. And you can be dope. Yeah. You, like as E.T. say, you sweet. Yeah. Right? But you can still see yourself as too small.
Basically, O'Nae, I know you told us about the school, kind of like with the what y'all do at the school, man. Make sure you touch on, if I ain't asking for too much, because I know you might forget a few people, but touch on all the speakers that you had come through to blaze the stage.
Man, had some outstanding speakers come through, man. My guy, King Walker from Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Awakening Genius. We had Jeff Williams out of Baton Rouge come through. We formed a little group called Three Kings. Yeah. Consulting group. We had Mr. Ty Hayden come through. Shel Vaughn came through. Chi-Town Grub. Of course, Marcus, Daryl, Joe Metcalf, my Uncle Tim Parks has blazed the stage. So we've had, man, some outstanding speakers come through, man, that have just poured into these boys. Just give them what they need, man. Give them that heat. Yeah. Okay.
Man, to wrap it up, man, for those that might be interested in being a motivational speaker, man, what advice would you give them on this journey?
Man, my advice would be to really find your passion. And get in that lane, man, and operate in that lane. Yeah. Don't try to be, all over the place. Find your lane. Whatever you want to talk to teens, you want to be a corporate speaker. Sometimes people speak to abused women. Like whatever lane it is that has been set out for you, find your lane, man, and stay in that lane and operate that thing. Yeah. Because you're going to have to work at it. Yeah. You're going to have to start speaking free. Yeah. I want to throw that out there. You're going to have to do some free stuff. But the free stuff allows you to get pictures, allows you to get videos. Yeah. And because what you're trying to do is you're trying to build your reputation so that people know this is what you do. Yeah. You're not just a fly-by-night speaker person that's just coming through. This is what she or he actually does. Right? And so what you want to do is get that into people's minds. So, man, find that lane and stay in it.
Stay in it. Man, we're going to close this thing out because, man, this been one. It's been one. Man, give the people some motivation before we close this thing out, man.
Man, I want to close out with Dr. Howard Thurman, mentor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Yeah. Because what the world needs is more people that have come alive. Listen, when I heard that quote, it actually changed my life, man.
Yeah.
Because it is so powerful that he would put that in that way. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is more people that have come alive.
Wow.
Man.
Yes, it right there.
O'nae Chatman, man.
That's it.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, listen, man.
Powerful. Powerful.
I can't, man. Y'all been watching. Man, if you get nothing out of this, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. But man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Influ Game, man. I'm your boy Bell.
Mr. Sensei, baby.
It's a professor, baby.
Mr. Professor, baby. Hey, man, make sure y'all influence someone today. Over and out. Influ Game!
Put it in. I said, oh yeah, smile, fool. You look too good to be frowning. They are why?